We're receiving an urgent transmission from Darth J and Rogue One Vader from the planet Earth. Switching to them now.
Hey guys, I was doing some squats with Rogue One Vader over here.
Hey, what's up?
And we got to talking about some classic Star Wars games. You know, stuff like Battle.net.
Oh, yeah.
The original Battlefront games. Republic Commando was on there
Still
too.
waiting for that sequel.
R.I.P. Sev.
Come on, man. We don't know that.
Yeah, but we don't not know it.
I think it was meant to be ambiguous.
What do you mean?
We didn't actually see him die, and it cut to black before we saw anything happen.
They did everything to spell it out for you. Just a little bit of context clues and inferencing would tell you that he's dead, bro.
Yeah, but why would they have Don't Stop Believin' playing if he died?
What?
What?
What are you talking about?
Sorry, I got a little off topic.
Yeah, you did. Anyway, Rogue One Vader brought up Taris on Kotor and said it was the worst part of the game.
It's so hard to get.
So I decided to play through it again and see what he and the dozens of other Reddit users are talking about. So I started up a new file and made a new character. I picked the guy who looked most likely to sell cryptocurrency today, because we're on that grind set, and I name him Darth J. I choose Soldier, put all my points into Strength, Constitution, and Dexterity, and choose Toughness as my first feat. This is a gains-only playthrough. I know what you're thinking, but what about Force points and saves, and blah blah blah? Listen, gains beats all, and I can prove it. After relearning the basics of the Endar Spire and admiring Trask's impeccable glutes, I escape with Karth onto the planet below. I step out of the apartment to find a Sith officer harassing some Duros, and the game decides I have to intervene. We take care of them, no problem, and I insult the surviving Duros. Duro?
I think it still has an S when it's singular.
That doesn't sound right, but I'll go with it. Anyway, I go around to the apartment and rob everyone I come across. This is when we run into our first moral decision. Dia's woman who was sexually harassed by some guy, she defended herself, and he placed a bounty on her head out of spite.
Total douche.
The douchiest. But we really don't care about that, do we, Rogue V?
All I heard was bounty.
That's all that really matters here. So we give her the old 66 treatment and go on our way. We're barely leaving the first area, and I'm already having fun.
It wears it all, trust me.
Now, if there's one thing worth playing on Terrace, it's the arena.
Oh yeah, the arena's fun.
Best part of the whole game.
Well...
We beat everybody, and it's way easier than I remember from when I was a kid.
That's because you haven't started lifting yet.
Even Marl goes down pretty quick. That never happens. So I challenge Bindek Starkiller to a duel and then buy the tightest outfit I could find in Kebla's shop.
Yurt. What a crappy last name.
I also get a sick double blade, so I can feel more like Darth Maul.
Dude.
What?
Why would you bring him up?
Oh yeah, my bad. If anything, he did you a favor, bro. Imagine if you were raised by Qui-Gon instead of Obi-Wan. The prequels would have had way less meme material than they do now.
That's true, I guess. It still hurts though. I'm in constant pain.
You'll be fine.
Constant.
After that, we extort Zelka and then get him to heal us, because we're alphas. He also gives us a quest to find some Rakghoul serum. After that, I discovered a life hack. If you save this old guy from being robbed, you can then rob him for 50 credits and get another 100 off of the other two guys' dead bodies.
You're robbing me? You're no better than those bounty hunters. Here, take my credits. Now I'm getting out of here.
Total Sigma move.
Sigma?
You know, Sigma males.
Is that like alpha males?
No, it's totally different. Sigma's more like...
I go out to Upper City North apartments and rob some more people. There's another guy with a bounty on his head, so I collect it and continue with my exploration. Karth, how you feeling over there so far, buddy?
I'm just not accustomed to talking about my past very much.
Yeah, that's about right. One of the other apartments has a party going on. I was invited before by this woman in the cantina, and she's really happy we showed up. She tells us about this Teresian ale, and apparently everybody at the party is an absolute lightweight because they all pass out drunk. I check in the lockbox and find a Sith uniform.
Pretty sick looking armor.
Yeah, but I'm not going to put it on right now because these tights just look too damn good. After I finish up there, I go to the Twilight Lady and buy a droid from her. It follows me out and immediately blows up. I go back for the refund and demand she give me more money for my troubles. Side note, my persuade is at 0 and I still pass the persuasion check. I get some more dark side points, and by this point, I can see the effect of the dark side on my character.
Yeah, I guess it affects everybody a little differently. I got some dope yellow eyes, and your skin turns a little gray. Probably looks more like that too.
But I haven't electrocuted myself for 5 minutes though.
I don't know, bro. That's just how it goes sometimes.
We'll see how I look after a few more decisions. So I try to get past this guard, but he says I need a uniform to get into the lower city.
Lucky break.
Exactly what I was going to say, bro. I put the uniform on Karth because I will not sacrifice this spandex for anything, and I go down the elevator. This is when I'm introduced to the swollest of aliens, the Black Vulkars. I mean, look at that bicep. Must have been doing 100 curls a day. Makes me want to start pounding weight straight from the jar so I can be more like him. They kill some noodle arm Becks and say that I'm not welcome there. Personally, I would have been on the swole side. but I guess they just woke up and decided to choose violence, you know? But let's recap so far. I fought in arena fights, extorted local shopkeepers, robbed apartments, collected bounties, and now I'm introduced to a major gang war. What do you have against Taris again, RV?
You're not done yet. You're only like halfway through. Just wait for it.
Alright, let me know when this planet starts sucking. I skipped the other cantina for right now because I'm not really interested in talking to people. I power attack my way through some apartments until I find another woman with a bounty on her head. I say, don't mind if I do, and power attack her to death. There's also a puzzle involving some band members that I need to solve to open a chest, but reading is for nerds, so get in there, Karth.
What?
Speaking of which, how you doing?
We'll talk about it, but later. Right now, I just want to get going.
Okay, cool. That's when I run into him. This chiseled, silver-haired god. Scarface's distant, attractive cousin with an ass-formed in Mount Olympus and a jawline to rival Reese Witherspoon. Canderous Ordo, but we'll get to know him a little bit more later. I make my way to the undercity elevator and go down.
This is where it starts to suck.
That's when two soy boys run up on me and try to rob me.
Yeah, this is our elevator. If you use it, you gotta give us something.
I don't believe this planet. Even the beggars are trying to shake us down.
You said it, Karth. Let's kill him.
Run, my brother! Flee this one's wrath!
After a few steps outside the gate, I run into Mission and she tells me about her brother. I know this is a hot take, but I don't really care about Mission. She's useless, and the only time I ever have her in my party is when I kill Griff on Tatooine. But at least I'm able to ignore her, unlike Freya in the second one.
Oh, Kreia, don't even get me started.
That's a video for another time.
She sucks so bad.
Careful saying that online, bro.
Apathy is death, worse than death, because at least a rotting corpse feeds the beasts and insects.
Okay.
We explore the Undercity, kill a Sith patrol, kill a surviving Republic soldier, and find Brukil's dead apprentice.
Do you see what you're doing?
What?
You're glossing over like an hour and a half of playtime in a few sentences.
So?
So it's boring. Terrace sucked.
What are you talking about?
You still have another 3 hours before you can leave.
It's just the Undercity. So this part's a little slow. Big deal, bro. We're getting into one of my favorite parts. Big Daddy Canderous.
What happens if you don't help them fight off the Rakghouls anyways?
Good question. I don't really know.
I don't feel
So they're just invincible?
Apparently. We make fun of him a little bit and take the apprentice's journal back to Rukil. He says we need to find some more because we're a prophet. With these journals, Rukil could lead the people living in the Undercity to a promised land where they'll never have to worry about working again. Ikir offers us some money if we give him the journals instead of Rukil.
That's an easy choice.
Yes, it is. Into the sewers we go. We kill some green pigs, I get a Wookiee slave, and Mission unlocks the gate leading to the Black Vulkar hideout. Now we could get the Bex MacGuffin and save Bastila. But before we do that, we need to go collect.
So much back and forth.
Yeah, it does get a little stale at this part.
false prophet, deceiver! You have betrayed me! You have sold the hope of the entire village to the selfish and damnable Igear! All I have worked for is destroyed. All the hopes and dreams of my father and grandfather before him turned to dust. Begone, upworlder! I have only curses to speak at you!
Anyways, we get back into the lower parts of the sewers and kill some more green pigs.
They're called Gamorreans.
Who cares? They're ugly green aliens. Do you know what the Vulkar people are called?
They're Nikto, specifically Kadasa Nikto.
Whatever, you looked that up.
No, I didn't.
Oh yeah? Why are you holding your phone?
No reason.
Anyway, we stumble into a rancor.
Oh man, this is gonna suck. I hope you've got enough grenades.
Yeah, I got a couple from the severed arm.
Not enough to kill the rancor, though.
What?
You should have stocked up more before going into the Undercity.
Vader, do you not know what the synthesized odor is for?
Synthesized odor?
Yeah, from the severed arm.
Oh, that. Yeah, no. I don't know what that's for.
I know I said before that reading is for nerds, but that was just for the video. Bruh.
20 years I've been playing this game.
You're dumb. So anyways, we get into the Vulkar base and wipe out pretty much everyone inside. I try to free a waitress from this corporeal realm, but Karth stops me.
Can't wait to meet his son.
It is the only thing that makes him bearable. Speaking of your son, Karth, have you decided to open up?
We don't have time for this, so can we please just drop it for now? Can we pick it up later if you really must? I want to get underway.
Yeah, I thought not. After that, I run into a Twilight that tries to surrender and, well...
Watawama mulira, kinkontra peshak. Nopa muliraji. Johnny you turumchi. We eat a dia. Achuta. Monga kun pistol pikin kunyana. Tong patogas maktelia.
We take on the barracks ourselves because our computer skill is -1, but it's all good because we've got power attack.
Gains.
Although after we get deeper into the base and kill some more dudes, I realize I need to use a computer skill to kill that invincible droid that constantly freezes you and slowly kills everyone in your party. Luckily, I do it no problem, and nothing. We throw some ion grenades, and it's dead. This whole time, the secret to the game was gains. So we finish clearing out the base and run into a couple of Twi'leks. They say that they'll give us Bastila if we kill Gadon and the Bex and race for them in the upcoming swoop race.
Sounds like more work to me.
Yeah, honestly, I'd rather just kill these guys now and get on with it.
But dark side points.
True.
Taris still just keeps dragging on.
Come on, this part was fun. We got to wipe out 2 of the most influential gangs on the planet. Imagine single-handedly ending the Blood Crip rivalry in one fell swoop just by killing everybody.
That's true, but I just won my lightsaber already. Plus, imagine if you were actually planning on using force powers later. You'd have to stay level 2 this whole time. Everything would have been way harder, dragging out the game even more.
Yeah, that's true. This planet does take a while. But is it really worse than Dantooine or Manan?
Yes?
Nah, I don't think so. You're crazy, man. Anyways, I agree to the terms and delete all of the twigs in the Beg house. Can we appreciate just how dumb Gadon is for a second?
Who are you? You can't come in here. Sound the alarm, Gadon!
Relax, Kira. This is an ally, not an enemy. He's promised to help get our prototype accelerator back from the Vulkars.
You're too trusting, Gadon. These must be the assassins Brejik sent. How else did they get in here? We're under attack! Guards!
That man was coping hard.
I figured now's as good a time as any to collect on my bounties and fight Bindek Starkiller. Now usually Bindek is the hardest part of Terrace, but I've been having a really easy time in most of this. So I decide instead of running in circles and throwing grenades, I'm gonna take him head on. And... he goes down. For the very first time in my life, I beat Bindek Starkiller on my first try using nothing but power attacks. This is the moment that I realized that a gains playthrough may be an actual viable way to play this game.
Won't know until you fight some Dark Jedi.
I test my luck and try and get a little extra out of the hut for that fight, and success! Turns out some of these persuasion checks really are just that pointless. I go back to the Vulkar base, and they take me to the swoop race.
Swoop racing is fun.
Yeah, I like it. I went easy enough and fight the last of the Vulkars because Brejik is a punk bitch. Bastila is as rude as ever, and I get into the grade school flirting. That's the only way to talk to Bastila in this game. Karth and I make fun of her for a little bit, and I leave her behind in the apartment.
What? Why?
Her strength is too low, bro.
Yeah, but she has a lightsaber.
So?
So lightsabers are strong, and she can use stasis, and heal, and a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, but no gains.
Yeah, but...
No gains. I find out that His Majesty Candace Ordo is looking to talk to me, so I meet him at the lower city cantina. He says he could get us off Terrace, but I need to break into a Sith base to get some launch codes, that way we could break through the blockade no problem. He tells me that there's a droid in the droid shop being held for Davik King, and I just need to buy it.
Yeah, like we're gonna pay for that droid.
Right? I threatened to ruin her reputation, she gives it to me for free. But she says that she won't work with Davik anymore. I get T3M for it and raid the Sith base. I pop my way through, put the Sith apprentice asleep, and meet back with Candace to make like a treat. Get out of here.
Finally.
Don't act like you're not having fun, V.
It picked up a little more, but I'm done with Terrace now. It should have ended hours ago.
Finally, we meet the legendary Davik King. I haven't mentioned it yet, but everybody's been talking about him. And now I get to stay at his palace. He wants me to stay in my room and not to bother the other guests. So naturally, the first thing I do is leave my room and make sure I am the only guest. I power attack my way through the rest of the estate until I find a man being held prisoner. He gives me the codes to pilot the Ebonhawk, Davik's flagship, and I say thank you in the only way I know how.
You core slime. I didn't survive through all that torture just to let you kill me.
What?
Now it's time for the big boss fight. Davik and Callow Nord meet us in the hangar and try to stop us. I had a run-in with Callow before, but we're not gonna get into that here.
Callow's busted.
By this point, I figure, hey, I beat Bindek easily enough. Why not take on Davik, mano a mano? We've got the 3 strongest guys here. So we go for it, and, honestly, I only get a few hits in. He dodges freaking everything, man.
Davik's dexterity is at least 1,000.
So I go back to old Reliable.
Yes? What?
Callow gets taken out by the hangar ceiling and we take off. I have to fight a few ships that flew after us, but I blow them up pretty quickly and we land on Dantooine.
F***ing finally.
What? That was a cool ending, bro.
Who cares? I just want it to be over.
It really wasn't that bad. Come on, the arena, the swoop gangs, the bounties, that was fun.
Sure, it wasn't as bad as I remember, but it still sucked.
Whatever.
Hello? So they didn't do the tier list. They must have forgot. I'll just throw it in B and call it a day.